Hello and welcome back to the Urban Anime Podcast, where it's just us niggas just discussing and just talking about your favorite anime, comics, music, whatever we feel is fucking necessary. And this is your hostess with the mostest, Big Rough, Big Dog, Arf Arf, Bark Bark. I'll let everybody else introduce themselves and we'll get into the topic.
It's your boy Law. My bad, Woody. Yeah.
You good, you good, you good. We said that shit at the same time. We all good.
All right, let's
Yeah.
let's let's start this over. Law, you go ahead. Man.
It's your boy Law.
Said your boy Woody.
All right. So, since we have been discussing the big three, we've spoken about One Piece before. Figured it's only best now we just work our way down the line, and the next one is Bleach. What's your thoughts about Bleach? The anime, the manga. How y'all feeling? Actually, start off with your thoughts of the Bleach anime, and then we'll like go into like a separate section for the manga, so we don't spoil.
Okay. You can start, Woody. You can
Oh,
start, Woody.
I'm about to let you go ahead and spit. I know you
No, you
got
go
something to
ahead.
say about it. But yeah, how I feel about that shit, I always loved Bleach from episode 1 when he first met Rukia to
Hmm
the last episode that was kind of bullshit to me.
You talking
Uh,
about the official last episode of it, right?
when he got his
Yeah, the
sword.
one he beat what that dude name that was the Soul Reaper before him. Genja.
Um,
That's not the
yeah,
last
yeah.
episode. You didn't watch the Thousand Year Blood War?
No, I'm talking about 40 started the Thousand Year Blood War.
What? That's still a part of Bleach. How you gonna say that's the last episode? That's not
No,
really the
no,
last
no, no.
episode, nigga.
I didn't watch the Thousand Year Blood War. That's what I'm saying. I'm
Why,
Is
waiting
it?
to finish it. Like I'm waiting to they get a good chunk of it. Like I'm not trying to watch the beginning of it. If you get what I'm
nigga?
saying. I'm sorry.
Why?
I don't want to get to the point that I'm just watching like a few episodes and then the parts I want to see, I gotta wait. Like I'm already waiting, so I might as well just wait.
You do it with
I
everything
get you. I
else.
get you. I
See,
get you,
not
saying. I
really,
get you,
not
saying.
really. If an anime stop on me, I just jump on the manga.
See, but
Yeah, me too. I
but
do
my
that a
thing
lot too.
is,
I do that
at
a lot
least
too.
the whole season of the Thousand Year Blood War is out.
Listen, I know on the episode of Thousand Year Blood War I watched was when the head captain, Lieutenant, yeah, that was, after that I just said bump it.
So you
I
don't
didn't know he was
care.
that
You
OP.
might as well just watch the whole fucking anime. It's only like
Cause I
12
already
episodes.
see, I don't want 12 episodes. I need at least a good 20. I need a good stopping point. See, they didn't stop at a good
It
stopping point for
it
me.
is at a good stopping point.
No, no. I need them a little bit farther. They
Further
stop.
I get what you're
where?
saying.
They
It is
stop. Wait,
literally at the halfway point in the war, basically.
hell no. The second war didn't even start yet.
Yes, that's why I would say the first like interaction with them, and that is where you would put a break at. That is a perfect place to stop because
No,
everybody is.
they stopped. Ain't they stopped that when Ichigo got his new sword, right?
Yes, that is a
They
perfect place to
should have
stop.
stopped. They should have stopped when the second war started. Everybody done got trashed, and he popped up to save everybody. That's where I felt like they should have stopped that. Instead of
That's what he said.
instead of
So you
instead of
want them to
trying to
crunch
break
that
it
into 12?
instead of trying to break it down for damn near 8 years of us waiting on the shit, they should have stopped right there and they could have finished it in roughly 3 years.
That's
Now
the
watch, you got to
It,
watch, like they got
Attack
to
on Titan.
it like that.
That's Attack on Titan coming out. That's the
nah,
same.
Yes,
that
Yeah,
I don't. That is not the same because I feel like Bleach is not. The reason why Bleach is split up is because it's, even though it was like weekly, like way back when, but anime doesn't work on like a weekly. I mean, like most anime is not like a consistent weekly thing anymore. Like we've
yeah.
phased out of like that era. So you pushing wanting to get all the way up until that point in one season, like how many animes you know is actually pushing out like 24 episode seasons? Not
um,
many.
I'm about to say not many, but it's some does that now.
It's some, And then but they don't have the quality of like animation like Bleach has.
And then season 2 usually ends up being like 12 episodes too.
Yeah, the animation and the work that they put into it, I understand why they broke that up.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
I can now you
but
break it down. I can understand it too, bro, but I still
I
stand up
agree.
with what you're saying.
I honestly agree with both of y'all. To be honest, I agree with both of y'all
Cause I
because
don't.
I'm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go. You go ahead. You go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't mind it where it stopped because the stopping point is like pretty cool. Because that's where you
Mm,
know like the first invasion is over. Everybody learned their lesson. They know what they got to do, and they already training to run it back. So in the beginning of the next season, you get like maybe 2 episodes of like more prep, and you're in the war.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
See,
Still
I agree with
stand
both
by
of
what
y'all
I said. I'm still.
because a lot of times I will wait like with what's the name of the show what's the name of the show that I'm doing that with? Demon Slayer in Hell's Paradise. I do that sometimes. I'll watch the first episode, but I kind of be like, when especially like Hell's Paradise. I don't want to get off topic, but well, I can stay on topic with Bleach. With Bleach, when I first started watching it, I liked the first episode, but I was like, it's only like 3 episodes out right now, so it's like I would wait for like 20 to 30 episodes, so I can, I can get like 2 episodes a day, and at the same time, like I could look up the weekly schedule. I'm like, okay, it drops on this day, so I know as long as I'm watching, I don't have to worry about I'm gonna catch up and I have to wait. You know what I'm saying? So and to Ruffin's point, it's like you shouldn't just have to wait for that. Just go ahead and enjoy it while you have it in front of you. Don't wait and just go ahead and go for it. So to
yeah,
that point, I agree with both.
but yeah, I understand like a season, but like a whole like big thing is like a lot. But
Right.
at the same time, I think like it's just different as for like different people, so it's
For the
understandable.
people, for the people that knows what's going to happen and what parts they want to watch, actually want to see, they'll understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah,
You
yeah. I get what
you've
you're
read
saying.
the manga, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now that just makes no sense to me.
What you mean?
If you've read the manga and you already know what happening, at that point you're just waiting for the animation. You know the story.
No, but sometimes the anime be different from the manga now. Like they change certain parts up, change certain things, so you don't never know when that's gonna come into effect.
I'm telling you right now, Bleach anime is 1 for 1.
Cause I remember seeing something about they were going to expand some fights on there.
Yeah, they're
Well,
bringing in some fights.
some fights, but like it's basically 1 for 1.
Mm.
Yeah,
You get
it's
everything
fight.
you see.
It won't be anime only. It'll be more of um, it's stuff they wanted to add into the anime,
Mm-hmm.
but
Telling.
because you have a deadline, he couldn't add it in. So he's using the anime as a means to get
And
what he wanted. Yeah, to get what he wanted. Like certain fights that he wanted to show us, now he can show us.
then you got to think about you don't know what fillers he might put in. I pray to God he don't.
Now he's not doing
No,
fillers. The only
because
filler we
yeah,
would, the
we
only
would
Thank,
filler
get
we
filler.
getting is the
thank.
fights. The only filler we getting is the fights that he wanted to add in.
Yeah.
That's the only filler we're getting because
So
he.
The only episode that I would accept if he do a whole little filler chapter about the first what they call,
oh, the
The
first
first, the OG
captains.
go, yeah,
yeah.
OG go to
I'll be
13.
willing to watch that, but if he do some other crap, well, I promise you I'm gonna be mad.
No,
But I,
we're not getting
Nah,
any other filler because how like condensed the anime is to where it's just focused on the war. If it was going weekly,
Right.
then they would have to like fill it in to give them time to work on like really big episodes that they need to dedicate time and energy towards, and just give you
Right.
bullshit just to feed you for a few weeks. So
Okay,
yeah,
I
But
guess.
like he said, like he said, the creator, he wants to add in fights that he wasn't able to show us.
yeah, like the
That's
Unohana
that's the only
versus
right.
Kenpachi fight. That fight,
That
you
was
can
long.
understand what is going on in that fight way more than you can in the manga.
I'm in the
Right.
manga. I was lost.
Right. So like him not being able to expand that in the manga, in the anime, he was able to expand it. That's all he's doing. And like fights that he knew fans wanted to see, but at the same time he couldn't draw it at the time. That's what he wants to expand on. And so because there's a
You
lot of
like skip
fights
or
in the
something?
thousand, yeah, in the Thousand Year Blood War, there were a lot of fights that he really wanted us as the audience to see, but because he had a deadline with everything, he couldn't expand on it. So now with the anime, he's like, okay, cool, I can expand on this, you know.
Yeah, he has like free reign. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
like I just watch it weekly. Um, well, when it did air, I was watching it weekly because it was like a event, and this is a point that I was thinking about earlier, but I forgot. But like, if you compare the experiences of binging all at once versus watching weekly, you appreciate it more when you watch it weekly because you have that week to rest on it and like think about certain things that happened in those chapters. I mean, it happened in that episode. Just like when you're like reading manga, if you are like blazing through 100 chapters, everything kind of blurs together a little bit. But like when you're taking it like one by one, week by week, you had a week to like think about it, theorize, and then you go to the next episode and like you see the things coming out. But like when you go from like one episode to the next, you're not giving your brain a chance to like fully process that episode. Yeah, you process that episode, but any like theories or anything that you probably could have like speculated on or even thought about to have a discussion on is being answered in the next episode.
Right.
That's
Or just,
my stance on it.
Yeah. So that's what we getting. That's what we getting now.
Yeah. But at this point, this will be like the halfway point for y'all, so we'll get into spoilers for like the actual manga because we've been avoiding spoilers to this point. So, spoilers for the end of Bleach, be warned. So which I feel is next for Bleach?
what you mean?
That the that one shot chapter, the
The
hell,
Hellverse.
I really, yeah, I really want that expansion on Hellverse, and I would like some answers on Ichigo's weapon too. Well,
I would love the Hellverse if they can bring back fan favorite characters like Stark and them.
I think that's what it's leading to because they said because the Soul King is that there isn't no balance. So being the fact that there's no actual balance there, the people are in hell. To remember, when
No,
you're powerful,
isn't Yuha still the Soul King?
Yeah, I'm
But
about to say
like
you
he's
all,
sealed.
you all, because they'll go turn Ichigo into. The
no,
original
no,
plan was
no.
to turn Ichigo
Remember,
into so
Didn't Ichigo's son kill Yuha?
No, we
no
didn't even
no no
see his son until the Hellverse. Oh yeah, we
So
seen it like
Ichigo's son?
the last page, but like the last
no
No,
couple
this
remember,
pages.
this what happened.
remember.
Ichigo's
He
son
reached.
told Ichigo's son sealed away the last little bit of you about power. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's sealed
remember
But
he
away.
he
reached out.
still-
He's sealed away, but he's not dead. He's still the Soul King.
Yeah, they
Okay,
took his arms off and legs, and got him sitting in that rock.
okay.
Because like when he lost, he was like, it's okay, you like won now, but like I'm going to wait until like you're at your happiest. and I'm going to destroy that shit.
So can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Do y'all think Yubot was right?
Mm.
Because you remember what he said, he was really just trying to save his dad.
That doesn't justify it. All the shit he
I will
did.
say this.
It
I
like
would
I
say
understand from like a villain perspective, but me as a person, I can't say that he's right. And I wouldn't even say it's morally gray because it's like extremely selfish to do that.
yeah. That's just like with as much as I agree with what Dolphy did, what he did was wrong. It was extremely wrong what he did.
Yeah. So like U-Haul wasn't right in any way. His people were oppressed. I give him that.
Yeah.
But like they were oppressed because they're like a strong race where like they're very like prideful and like the Soul Society just telling them like, hey, I need to stop killing hollows. Y'all fucking with the balance of shit. I don't think
Right.
that was going well with the Quincy's and whatsoever. And they fought back and they lost a war. It's sad, but
Yeah, damn near won though, but they lost.
yeah.
And just
Damn.
like he said, the reason
Yeah.
why they lost the first time is because the head captain, he wasn't soft hearted like he was the second time around.
Yeah. Yuha.
Which
And honestly, Yuha wasn't at his like peak.
right. Peace can be a good thing, but at the same time, for somebody like Old Man Yama, it's kind of a hindrance because he kind of lost his the peace made him lose his second nature.
Uh,
If you
I,
get what I mean,
I
well,
think
his
it's
first nature.
I think it's like a famous quote. It goes like, "Peace makes weak men make war makes strong men."
Right. Yeah. And in his case, peace made him weak, and Yuha took advantage of that. He solely took advantage of that, knowing that this whole time. And then even Old Man Yama, he even told Shunsui that next time I go off the battle with this particular person, I'm not coming back. Like he straight up told him, he was like, I'm not coming back next time because deep down he probably knew like this peace thing really I grow accustomed to this peace and I've lost the killer in me. It's not like a Kapachi that he spilled away his killer instinct.
Yeah,
He lost it entirely.
and I think it's good we still do have a lot of material for Bleach to cover. Like even though we still do want like the Hell Saga, I mean like the Hell arc or Hell Saga arc, whatever. Even though we still want
Mm-hmm.
that, there's like can't fear your own can't fear your own world or something like that. The two light novels
Yeah.
series
Mm-hmm.
that he has for Bleach. Like
I'm playing Brave Souls right now. That's crazy. But yeah.
yeah, like they've been keeping the Bleach name alive way better than like honestly the like how Toei did Dragon Ball Z. Because the only people that
Yeah.
kept Dragon Ball Z alive all these years was YouTubers and like us with nostalgia.
Right.
But they
Right.
kept Bleach alive and strong throughout this whole time by continuously like giving us some form of like Bleach products,
Yeah, like they just add on to it.
which
And
I
it's like
appreciate.
yeah, it's like of course you have your complaints about it, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know what? Where would I be without that, you know?
Yeah, and my complaints about Bleach are like very well. They are there, but I rather have my complaints that I have for Bleach than my complaints that I have for Naruto.
Yeah. The complaints for Naruto is which I completely agree with. it's the introduction of Kaguya, which, in my opinion, it should have been done better. I felt like Kaguya should have been introduced in Boruto
Yeah, because that's
instead of
because Bleach ends with a great villain. Yuha's a very good villain
right.
to like end it off with, to where like everybody has to work together just to like barely scrape out a 1% win.
for the
Right.
penalty for
But in Naruto, we get introduced to
Kaguya.
Kage at the end, and and it was a means to beat Madara
Yeah,
because at the time he and like I think
Trouble.
X said it. Sometimes you build up your villain too good to the point you like, dang, I have to find a way for him to lose, you know? So
yeah,
it's like he and the thing is he built Madara up. Like he built him up. And it's to the point where it's like at a certain point, I think we all were thinking like, okay,
what do we do?
how are they going to right? How are they going to beat him? And then the thing is, we didn't even get a chance to see. That's what my problem lies at. We never got a chance to actually see Naruto and Sasuke go at it in that fight. You know, because it's like they felt like, okay, he's too strong, so we're not even going to show you guys how the outcome will be.
Matter of
But
fact, how did
then,
Madara die? Like, did he just die with Kaguya, or he
Because
came back?
Zetsu punched through his fucking chest, and
yeah, and then after Kaguya died, remember, him and Hashirama. Basically, remember if you lose the Ten Tails, you basically die.
yeah, and on top of that,
When
since he was already the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, him just switching over to Kaguya was
Kaguya
pretty simple
enough
because
to
that's what she is.
right,
So
so
she was
that in
just Madara's
essence
body.
killed him. Yeah, she
Oh,
basically
okay.
she basically killed him. Basically,
Yeah,
the last little bit she like X said, she's Ten Tails in a sense. So she basically killed him.
So Madara can still say that he the only person that can beat him is the first Hokage, because technically Naruto and Sasuke didn't beat him; they beat Kaguya.
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
and even the first
I even
Okage
use
is
that.
not beating that Madara at the end.
Yeah,
No,
he.
it was a mismatch. Cause you gotta think about it. Madara was alive. Whole first
But
Hokage not really alive.
Yeah, but he
they
had
said
unlimited
they
chakra, and like the amount of
yeah
shit Madara had at the end of the war was too much
broken.
Yeah, he was beating Tail B straight him like
because
no switch, no nothing.
he was on the same level as Hashirama when he didn't have the ten tail beast. Then he got the ten
Hmm.
tails, and it's like this nigga's in a whole nother like atmosphere of power.
Mm, I can say that's my complaint too. Then, cause they did hype Madara up to the point that how the fuck they gonna beat this man, and it got to like
Right.
Joe said, it got to the point like you real life got to find a reason for him to lose that makes sense. But even though the way they did it didn't make sense.
It's like they had to pull something together just to, and they didn't give Naruto and Sasuke a chance to even fight them really.
Really, they really didn't. They was in the middle of fighting, and next you know a hand was going through 'em.
Yeah,
Right. So we never really got that fight. But and then we go on, and then it's the arguments with the fandom, like, oh, well, it was stated this. Don't get me wrong, I'm all with statements, but at the same time, I still have liked to see it. You know,
yeah,
let me see what Naruto and Sasuke would have done against him. They dodged a few of his attacks. That's it. Then we get, oh, well, it was stated this that Naruto and Sasuke was able to do that against Mario. I'm fine with the getting statements, but the problem is we as the fandom, some of us actually want to see that.
You know what they could have did though?
What's up?
You know how like they got like a filler episode, like filler episodes where they had like a reality where the fourth Hokage never died.
Yes,
and
Tsunade's on. I actually like
yeah,
that one.
yeah, that never happened.
I actually liked her Infinite Tsukuyomi.
Some of the
I actually
Infinite
liked her.
Tsukiyomis were like really nice.
Ten Tens was
But
terrible.
the fact that he put us in fucking filler for years is just crazy.
Right. Well, we was in Philly for like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
I've
and
never
that's when
seen
around
One
the time
Piece
I
do some
actually,
shit like that to us.
right.
Just
That's
We
like
like the
that.
barely,
first time
we
in a
barely in the
long
fill
time.
up for a damn month. We barely in one for a month.
We get a flashback, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the longest one I say was Rod Older story.
Odin?
Yeah, yeah, that's probably the longest one we ever got. Like flashback wise.
Yeah, either that one or Laws. I don't know. I think wasn't Laws flashback kind of long too?
How long wasn't?
I don't think so, cause it was basically just Law. Parents got burned up. He went to Doflamingo. Doflamingo brother was torturing him. They rode around, find a cure. Finally found it. I don't think it was that long. Cause the older shit was like a few weeks now. I think older backstory took up a whole month.
N- I don't know.
Did
I
it?
just remember the Odin backstory. I was getting tired of it.
Yeah.
Older had went
I
around Wando first now, meeting everybody.
Yeah, that is true.
Then he
But
found Whitebeard and all.
reel it back on Bleach.
Okay.
yeah.
I thought we didn't got on Naruto now.
Nah,
Nah.
it's a whole nother video because then we gotta
But yeah,
discuss Boruto and the manga
yeah,
too.
and the board, right. So back to the Hellverse, like Woody was saying, I would like to see them expand on some of the characters that we never got a chance to see fight. Like what was the sick captain's name?
Uketake.
Some sort. Yeah, I would
I
have
wish
loved to
we
see
seen his
him.
Bankai.
Right, that's why I really want to see his Bonkai.
And him
So
coming out of the doors just to grab,
bring back in. Oh my god, that was
that was
goaded.
so cool.
And it would really hurt me with him. They realized heighten him up like he was about to do something big just for him to do nothing at all.
That's true. That's true. But
So you
it,
remember when Century found him just standing here and he had that shadow? Man, I
he,
thought he was about to do the craziest thing in Bleach history just for him to do it when the shit backfired and then, he ended up dying at the end.
yeah, he has this because he has part of the Soul King. I mean, yeah, in
Yeah,
him.
and I like that part. I like that part. They really gave us an explanation of why he was always sick, even though they kind of didn't, but he did at the same time. And what really saved him and why he got white hair or whatever. See, I can get down with that, but it was just a simple fact that y'all made it seem like he was real life about to, change the scale of the war type stuff, but he ended up not doing nothing at all.
Right.
Yeah,
Basically, just sacrificed himself for nothing.
yeah.
Because
But
they really didn't go in depth about why he was sick. They just say, oh, he since he was this age, he was fragile and stuff like that.
I believe that like I don't think Kubo like he
Wanted to
did.
dive too much into that.
Yeah, I feel like he was holding him for like the Hellverse
Yeah.
because like certain characters he did still keep us in the dark until like even a light novel, not even the light novels where we seen what's his name, Shinji's Bankai or
Bankai. Yep.
Not Urahara, the Clogs. What is his
The
name?
claws
Clogs and Hat. The scientist.
gosh, dog
Yeah.
it.
Kisuke. Yeah.
Yeah.
And seeing his like Bankai too, we got that in the light novels. So I feel like he's like holding some back so that he can use in like later times. Because if we got everybody's Bankai and we've seen everybody full power, like, would you want to keep going with the story?
Nah, not really.
Because then at that point, like, you have to start focusing on how are they getting these power ups, and then you end up in a situation like once again like Boruto or like Naruto, where you have to dial back the power scaling,
Yeah.
or just
And
completely be like DBZ and just give everybody new
just
fucking transformations.
right. And even in Bleach, you kind of can see where some characters were at.
Yeah,
But and then I like with the Thousand Year Blood War, he's not saying these characters are weak. He's just saying he's kind of Peace really made them weak. They're not weak, but their time, them chilling, thinking, "Oh, we've taken down all the people that we would have considered an enemy." You know what I'm saying? We taken out the people that we would have considered a problem. But just to have a guy that's like, okay, this whole time, at the same time, yes, I've been plotting to come back. I've been watching how you guys have been chilling. Now that I'm back, not back at full strength, but I'm back where I can make an impact. I'm going to make you guys pay for the piece you have.
yeah. I was,
Okay.
And
Yuha is just a cold villain.
he really is. It's kind of jacked up. What his what you call it? Is it that's Ichigo's not hollow, his mother's half, the Quincyana. Kind of
Yeah,
crazy how his the greatest villain was really with him the whole time. And then he goes on to explain to him like, I'm not your enemy, but I'm not your foe. I'm not your ally either. So it's like,
Remember he said, if you really think about it, I never came to save your life.
yeah. He said all I did was really just release a little bit of your power so you would be saved. And even up to that point, he told him, he was like, I never wanted you to find out because the not the Quincy, the Fullbring arc, that was really what gave him his power. Then he had no choice, but Ichigo had no choice but to find out that the whole time what he thought was trying to take over him was actually what was saving him.
yeah,
And it's kind of like, dang, so you kept that from him. And it's like, and Ichigo was like, bro, you really kept that from me. And he was like, I never wanted you to know that because the minute you would have known this, we
yeah,
would have had to part. But Ichigo was like, bro, it's not even that deep. Be
yeah.
cool.
Because technically, like the Yuha that's like in Ichigo is not really Yuha. It's just
Yeah,
like a symbol of like his Quincy powers.
yeah. That's why he said I never wanted like when he got the final Getsuka Tensho, he was like, I never. He said, I did all this to protect you. I didn't want
Yeah,
you to actually, because he already knew what was going to happen after henceforth. I give you this, you'll lose the power that I'm kind of lending you because you'll end up coming back to realizing who I am really. He
yeah.
never wanted Ichigo to find out who he really was. He wanted to keep it a secret.
That's why I feel like when Ichigo got the ability to use his final Getsuga Tensho, that
Yeah,
I feel like that's when like old man Zangetsu was like his happiest because he
yeah.
realized that like Ichigo was losing his powers and Ichigo can go back to like a normal life away
Hmm.
from the Soul Reapers and the Hollows and all the other shit. So I feel like he probably like gave him an extra push, even more. Was like, I even give him more power just so we can cut this shit completely off.
Right. So he would never find out what I really am.
Yeah. That way, everything is wrapped up. You had this little journey in your life. Now you can settle down, have your kids, have a nice life, stay away from this shit.
Right. But and then at the same time, it was wishful thinking for him because at the same time he knew Ichigo well enough where he knew Ichigo's gonna find a way to get his power back.
Yeah, because he's just a stubborn hero.
It kind of gets on nerves, but it's it's his quality. He has to do it.
Yeah, but that will be a wrap for our little mini episode on Bleach and our little thoughts. Any last words you want to say?
Everything, everything I basically said in my book.
Same here. Same here.
All right, and that will be another episode. Y'all enjoy your nights.